Hey guys, welcome back to ReKapt, where I recap all the events from the month prior. February was a pretty busy month, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm not gonna be talking about everything. Just like a lot of the main stuff, you know, things like Kanye, KSI, Jake Paul, all the people. If you guys could like, comment, subscribe, anything to support the channel, it would mean so much. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of June, and with your help, we can get there. Anyway guys, let's get into the video.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no! That's the hell no!
I think the only fitting place to start is with Kanye West's tweets. If you somehow lived under a rock, you may not know that the guy that made Graduation is also making these shirts. And this is one of the many side effects of his most recent Twitter rampage. This man was just shitting out gold, just giving us this tweet, or this tweet, or this tweet. And it's starting to get to a point where I'm thinking maybe the fact that he made Graduation isn't enough. There's not really much left to interpretation here. He ended up saying that actually this was all a social experiment. He just wanted to be able to say anything on Twitter and see what would happen. Look, I don't really care, to be honest. I don't care if it was a social experiment. I don't care what his like. At the end of the day, real people got offended by what he was saying. And I don't think you can just back that up by being like, nah, it was a social experiment. Am I still going to listen to Dark Twisted Fantasy? I mean, yeah, but it makes me respect him even less. He's since come back and he has tweeted some choice tweets today, like as I'm recording. I think my favorite is, why everybody discriminate against racist? Sweat emoji. I don't know, man. Kanye West has issues. Kanye West just ended his career. Kai Cenat meets Kanye West. Do I think this will be like the end of Kanye West? No. Just to be honest, I don't think anything will seemingly ever be the end of Kanye West. I still enjoy the music that he puts out, but it's just getting to a point where it's like, I wish the drama around him would just stop for like 6 months and we could just get good music, you know? These videos were really big a few weeks ago. I think around that time I was making the Pinky Doll video, which was definitely a better use of my time. But she's gonna eat 50 pounds of strawberries. I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant here, so just let me land. 50 pounds of strawberries. I'm not one to shame, but like, you know, it's not like she's trying to hide anything. It's kind of all out. Strawberries. My plan was to make like a Kanye West tweets tier list. It didn't really pan out, but I still think it's worth talking about. But anyway, speaking of Nazis. Recently, Ethan Klein made a big video on Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker, I know for 3 reasons. He got called out by Sam Hyde.
You got anyone you want to call out in the heavyweight division?
Oh, you know it, lad. You know that, Hassan Piker? I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring?
No, in real life. I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him and wear his makeup and his dresses.
The second reason is because he's like a masculine version of XQC. And the third reason is he has got one of the most annoying and vocal fan bases of all of the internet. So when I saw a content nuke dropped on him by Ethan Klein, I wasn't exactly surprised, to be honest. But I was surprised by how good Ethan's video actually was. I'm someone that's been very critical on both of these two people in my own personal life. I don't think I've spoken about them on YouTube, but I dislike these two content creators quite heavily, even though I used to really love H3H3. But to give him credit, this video is really good. I did make an intro which used one of his clips, which is, it's really just a reskin of his video, but it is what it is.
I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb bimbo. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've gotten numb to the criticism. Like, it's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
And there are baby settlements.
To actually talk about the beef, basically, H3H3 and Hassan used to have a podcast together, and H3H3 noticed that Hassan's opinions and takes were pretty pro. In case you don't know what I just said, because I had to cut it out, imagine Obama, and then you replace the B with an S, and instead of Obama going to a 7-Eleven, you add 2 to the first one. Hassan supports terrorists. And not just like in a silly, oh look, Hassan is based clip way. It's to the point where he is actively showing like propaganda on his live streams and calling it a music video.
It's a funny thing about me. I don't like terrorism. And over time, I started to learn that my co-host, he really likes this.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hassan.
They're taking over these ships. They started targeting the ships.
People on this helicopter right now?
Yes.
They're streaming this?
Yeah.
They're flexing.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say. But they are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well,
it's also him defending actual footage of people being released from capture, saying they don't want to leave and that they're smiling and laughing. Look, they're happy. They're joking with the guards. If it sounds like I'm reaching here, I would love for you to watch this full video by H3 or even just use your brain because Hassan knows what he's seeing. He's not an idiot, right?
Well,
you don't get to build this kind of like wealth and whatever the fuck else you want me to glaze Hassan for without having a little bit of a fucking brain to you. He knows what he's actually seeing and he knows how to spin it so that way his like based audience will be like, oh no, this is, look, they don't even want to leave. They want to be tortured. I feel quite strongly about hating Hassan, to be honest. Literally even just walking away from his chair while streaming videos is enough for me to not like him. You mix in like terrorist propaganda, it makes the bloke sound even worse. I was going to make a video talking a little bit about the H3 thing and then talking about Hassan's terrible response to it, but I scrapped the video. Basically, Hassan's response was to slightly offhandedly mention it every couple streams and then ban anyone that asked questions about it. His reason for not wanting to watch it was, to start off with, I'm pretty sure he said in one of the videos that it was just not worth his time, but his main rebuttal was, oh, I've seen these kind of things before. They're just going to pull clips out of context. What kind of context is this, okay? These clips, which I will probably heavily be blurring, are you watching propaganda videos and trying to promote it to your stream. There's also parts where you interviewed a like terrorist and then you tried to market it if it's like, oh, this guy from One Piece would agree. Like, this is kind of funny, right? Oh, like, you killed all these people, but it's kind of funny, right? You're a grown man, bro. If you do care strongly about this, I really do recommend H3's video. He also talks about someone called Frogan, and Frogan sucks. Frogan made, like, a race tier list at a sponsored Twitch event, and no one has talked about it until this. Also, he talked about how the Twitch CEO is low-key just a gooner. But yeah, I really do recommend that video. And Hassan's a Nazi.
Yes! 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 No! No! No!
Next up, I want to talk about KSI. I am not really someone who actively hates KSI. I think he's a little bit cringe, but I don't like hate KSI. What I would say though, is that his video laughing at Jake Paul is one of the most hypocritical videos I have ever seen a YouTuber put out. If you've ever been big into like Jake Paul versus KSI, you'll probably know their arguments, right? Jake Paul likes to say that KSI has never fought anyone serious. KSI likes to say that Jake Paul fights old people. Now, Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting a fighter called Canelo, which would have been a big fight, but Canelo withdrew from this fight because apparently Jake Paul had breached contract terms or something. So KSI made this video laughing at Jake Paul. Everything so far is kind of fair enough. It starts getting hypocritical when you remember, first of all, that, you know, KSI has had people withdraw on him as well.
Also, you guys always say that my opponents have been terrible, but how many people pull out? I don't think you understand how many people pull out of fighting me. The first fight back, it was meant to be against Alex Wasabi, and he pulled out. I was put to fight a pro boxer, and then he turned out to be a white supremacist. And then I was meant to fight Dylan Dennis. Guess what? He pulled out, and then I had to fight Face Temper. I was saying, like, it's my fault. People pull out with me.
And here he is criticizing Jake Paul for not being able to land a Canelo fight.
Jake Paul is fully crashing out. He's just been tweeting constantly about Canelo. Whoa, whoa. You didn't get the Canelo fight? No.
I haven't seen a single person talk about this fight. KSI was supposed to be fighting an like Chelsea footballer called Wayne Bridge. That didn't land because KSI made jokes about Wayne Bridge's wife cheating on him.
Aren't you the guy that let John Terry smash your ex?
Oh, you want to go there straight away, dear?
I'm pretty sure that's what you're known for.
Okay, you go there.
Vanessa, whoa, Vanessa, whoa.
29th, you'll find out.
She jumped on Terry's dick. It made
You'll find out.
big boy feel sick. Vanessa, whoa. And let's do it.
It's on it.
So Wayne Bridge withdrew from their fight, which is fair enough. And KSI revealed all of the people between Wayne Bridge and Dylan Dennis. Originally, he wanted to fight a few different fighters, one of them being Tony Ferguson.
Even with this fight, I know I'm not even allowed to say this, but f it, bro. Dylan Dennis wasn't even my fourth choice. We went to Nate Diaz. He said nah. We went to Donald Cerrone. He said nah. We went to Tony Ferguson. He said nah. These guys said no to me.
If you don't know much about the UFC, Tony Ferguson holds the record for the longest losing streak in UFC history. And he's on the back of an 8-match losing streak. I think the idea was to market this as like an easy win for Tony Ferguson. KSI is the underdog and he's going to get him. But in actuality, it's just KSI beating up an old man who's clearly past his best. KSI is still right around his prime, whereas Tony Ferguson is, for all intensive purposes, retired from the UFC. Now, the reason this is hypocritical is because for so long, KSI has been saying, oh, why would you fight Mike Tyson? That's just disrespectful. He's old as hell. Mike Tyson's a lot older than Tony Ferguson, but Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. Tony Ferguson has had people begging him to retire since he lost 5 matches ago, let alone 8 matches in to a losing streak. Guys, I didn't even want to fight Dylan Dennis. I wanted to fight Tony Ferguson. Does that make me more respectful? No, it doesn't, man. When Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson, he didn't really get any like, oh, congratulations. It was like, oh, I feel bad for Mike Tyson. And then people like low-key feminized Mike Tyson. I remember that for a bit. Oh, like maybe I'm an empath, but I just feel bad for Mike Tyson. As if Mike Tyson wasn't like eating people's ears back in the day. Like, whereas if KSI beat up Tony Ferguson, I would actually feel bad for Tony Ferguson. I think the worst part would be like the press conferences. I just think KSI is a bit obnoxious. Like the fact that Wayne Bridge withdrew from their fight because KSI straight away without hesitation brought up Wayne Bridge's wife's affair. I don't think anyone that respects themselves should be trying to line up a fight with KSI in 2025. You look at like Jake Paul and KSI. You go back like 7 years ago, their stock was probably around the same point. In fact, I would have said KSI would have won. Then KSI had that like break to focus on his music, which ended up leading to songs like Thick of It. So, I mean, was it really worth it? And in that time, Jake just kept on training and got better and better. Then KSI came back. I think he elbowed someone in the face, then fought 2 skinny blokes in one night. One of them had been training for like 3 weeks. The other one was so much smaller than him. And then did he just go straight to Tommy Fury? Which Tommy Fury beat his ass. And then he moped around kicking like electrical signs and stuff. Whereas Jake Paul has tried to land fights like Canelo. Canelo's a little bit past his best. I won't lie. I don't know. I'm kind of going down the wrong track here. Basically, Jake Paul's a much better boxer than KSI. And if they fought right now, Jake Paul would beat the living shit out of him. Realistically, Canelo would beat up Dylan Dennis. That's your 2 opponents. Congrats KSI for beating up Dylan Dennis in advance. The fact that your ego got so hurt by Tommy Fury is kind of crazy, but is what it is, man. Congrats on beating Dylan Dennis. Now, these 2 trailers, I'm mainly going to focus on the Shrek one. I've given up hope on the Minecraft movie. I think it's going to be a dumpster fire.
Flint and steel. Another.
The Shrek movie, I still have hope for. And I'm sorry, but this is not that bad. It's just not as bad as people are acting like it is. You look at the like-dislike ratio on that video, and it's pretty rough, and I just don't think it deserves it. I mean, sure, look, the animation's a little bit ugly. It's definitely got its flaws. 100% it does. But you guys have to understand, this is a cast announcement. This isn't like an official trailer of this is exactly what the movie will be. If it looks a little bit off, yeah, it's the cast announcement. There's like 15 seconds of actual film in this. I've seen people say like, oh, this is as bad as Sonic. We have to do a Sonic on this. If we are 18 months out from the final thing coming out, how would they have already animated the whole thing? It feels like everyone, including me, had something to say about 15 seconds of the Shrek 5 cast announcement. And it's just a little bit overdone, to be honest.
I am become meme. Yeah, pretty much. I'm living the meme. It's like there's living the dream and there's living the meme, and it's pretty much what's happening, you know? You're like...
Elon Musk is still alive, and I thought that was kind of cringe. I'm just kind of sick of seeing him everywhere. I don't know what's happened. I get that he's like the world's richest man or whatever, but so is Jeff Bezos, and I just don't hear about Jeff Bezos either. That's how it should be. I don't know. We're gonna close off with Pete Davidson tattoo removal. Basically Pete Davidson got a tattoo removal. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for getting this far. I know that the audio quality in this video is particularly poor. If you guys could please like, comment, subscribe, anything. Like I said in the intro, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of June. Any form of interaction would be a big help to me. Anyway, guys, I am so thoroughly in love with you, and I'll see you guys next time.